Yeah, I may have a little something to say today. What is up, everyone? Coffee Break is back with another video. Some NFL players are really upset at the rules the NFL has laid out recently. The NFL on Thursday stated that if a game cannot be rescheduled during the 18-week season in 2021 due to a COVID outbreak among unvaccinated players, the team with the outbreak will forfeit and be credited with a loss for a playoff seeding. Now, this is obviously huge news and will most likely encourage those who haven't gotten the vaccine, try to push them to get it. With these rules, you can not only hurt your chances of playing, you can also just hurt your team by forfeiting a game, essentially. Now, when this news dropped, you had players commenting on this rule. Deandre Hopkins was one of them, and he since deleted the tweet, but he said, and I quote, "Never thought I would say this, but being put in a position to hurt my team because I don't want to partake in a vaccine is making me question my future in the NFL," end quote. Okay. I mean, he wasn't the only one. Matthew Judon was another player saying the NFLPA sucks. Pretty straightforward. Leonard Fournette saying vaccine, I can't do it. Cole Beasley was a guy who earlier in the week was publicly criticizing this before the NFL dropped this news on Thursday. He was nowhere to be found. I'm sure there's a lot of players who feel this way, but we have to understand that they can still go about their lives being unvaccinated. It's not forced upon them. The stipulations, if the team has an outbreak, is damaging though, and one way to try to avoid that is by getting vaccinated. Also, the rules have changed a little bit this year from last year. If you do test positive and you had the vaccine, I believe you can sit out as short as 24 hours. That is assuming if you test negative during that time. Now, if you're not vaccinated and test positive, that's when you go back to the original plan, which was quarantined for 10 days, which nobody wants that. Nobody wants that. So the NFL is just like, listen, we're putting this plan in play. Proceed as you wish, knowing the consequences that can happen if things go wrong. Andrew Brandt said it best, and I quote, "They are not mandating vaccinations. They are instead making it very difficult on the unvaccinated. Big difference," end quote. This is going to get interesting, folks. All I have to say for this is stay tuned. But now let's talk about some 49ers football. Fred Warner is going to remain with the 49ers for the foreseeable future. The 49ers have put their money where their mouth is and have extended linebacker Fred Warner, all-pro Fred, to a 5-year extension worth over $95 million, $40.5 million of that being guaranteed. It's a good chunk of change. A man who has worked his tail off since arriving at the scene in 2018 has earned, and I mean earned, every penny of that contract. Now you're going to have your naysayers. You're going to have people who said, "Oh, that's such a dumb deal. What are you doing?" But when you talk about a player like Fred Warner, I mean, he's essentially your quarterback on defense. Those type of guys don't grow on trees. I mean, when you look at Nick Bosa, you look at just pure talent. The guy just can beat any tackle in the league. And then when you look at Fred Warner, you look at a guy who is high motor, high energy, just brings the passion, just like Patrick Willis. And I'm glad the 49ers have extended him. Now I can actually buy his jersey. I was holding out. I'm like, hopefully they don't pull some DeForest Buckner bullshit. So, you know what? I had to hold out, but now I'm in. And when you look at the 49ers, you look at offensively, they've already paid some guys, Kittle, Juszczyk, Trent Williams, Jimmy Garoppolo. Say what you want about Jimmy. He was part of the Niners' plan in the past. Maybe he still is, right? Then you look at rookie Trey Lance, who they just gave up for 3 first-round picks for him. So they've put a lot of capital on offense. It was finally time that they invested some money on defense. And starting with Warner, I mean, can't go wrong there. Now, in terms of extensions, we turn the page over to Nick Bosa, who's only entering his 3rd year, but next year would be his 4th and final year of his contract. So we're going to have these same conversations leading up to the next offseason, but we'll hold that conversation until then. Also, let's credit John Lynch, who was able to retain the majority of guys on defense and some nice and interesting splashes that didn't break the bank. I mean, nice 1-year deals here, 1-year deals there. The Niners are set nicely short-term and long-term, and a lot has to do with the nice job that Lynch and company has done this offseason. Now on to the final topic, and we're not done talking about 49ers signings. Trey Sermon, a guy who I'm looking forward to watching camp and preseason, has signed his rookie contract. The deal is 4 years, $4.9 million. And I mean, you look at him and Mostert together, Oh, yeah! That's what I really think about the running game. I mean, barely excited if you ask me, but I think it's gonna be fun, and I'm excited. We're just waiting on Trey Lance, that domino to fall, and we'll be ready for camp, baby. It's all but good news for the Niners here in Niner land, the Niner country. So, yeah, that's gonna wrap up this video. Thank you all for watching, and as always, please smash that like button, subscribe, share, all that good stuff. As always, thank you for the support, and we'll catch you on the next one. Peace. Oh, yeah!